Hello and welcome to a new Scale 500 news video here on the channel, where we will take a look at some brand new A4Airport products. And for full transparency, I should mention that this video is sponsored by A4Airport, who have been so very kind to send me over some of these new products so we can take a look at them together in this video. And one of the very first things they have sent to me is a reworked version of one of their Display Series sets. Now, they have actually reworked pretty much the entire Display Series. What that means is they have further improved prints, they're adding more GSE to the sets, and they're also working or have improved on the gluing of the modeling grass where that has been applied. I've never really had any issues with the modeling grass, but it is nice to see that they are further developing these sets. What is also really nice and really surprised me is that when you look at this set, this is based on an A4 board. So this is really not a huge setup, but it is really the perfect starter set. Because one, it doesn't take much space. Two, you get a bunch of GSE with this set, so you can really, fill out your setup. And I mean, I didn't know that. I would have imagined this set would cost you maybe around 30 euros, which would already be a good price because it would be less than pretty much any Airpod model nowadays. But no, this set is currently on the website for 14 euros and 50 cents. So I don't think you could even make such a setup yourself cheaper than that. So that is really a brilliant price for such a set. Perfect beginner set as a set, but the entire Display Series has been reworked. So a lot of nice products there to be discovered. Now, by now, A4Airport has also released further paper-cut GSE sets. They have, of course, started the series last year. We have already taken a look at the GSE set 01 here on the channel, but by now they have actually reached much further into the series, which means we, for example, have the GSE set 04. And with that set, we get a bunch of vehicles perfectly suitable for our landside setup, and we also have the GSE set 05, which is perfect for any military setup. Now, what makes these two sets so great is not just the price of 5 euros for one set, which is really amazing, but it is the sheer amount of GSE you get with these sets. For example, with the set 04, you get 7 police vans, 9 long city buses, 12 taxis, 10 app vehicles, 10 electric vans, and 12 small coaches. That is pretty much unbeatable. With the military set, you get 7 military trucks, 7 GPUs, which is always really useful to have, 4 small coaches, 5 aviation fuel tankers, you get 6 pieces of Airpod tractors, and then also 4 fire trucks, which by the way are individually numbered, so M1 to M4. Then you have cargo pallets, you get 9 pieces of those, and 4 pushback trucks. So that is, as I said, a really large number of GSE. Now, I would be happy to do a more detailed review of these, of sets 04 and 05. And last year, actually, I, for my own money, also bought GSE set 03, which is based around cargo operations. So if that is something you would like to see here on the channel, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to do an in-depth review of all these 3 sets in one video. Now, one thing is the further development of existing products from A4Airport, but they are of course not idle. They are also developing brand new products, something we will take a look at from the HQ. Yes, indeed. And here at the headquarters, I have these 2 packages that have arrived from A4Airport. These are the brand new products in the series using A2 boards. Now, A4Airport, of course, it is in the name. The origins are based in the concept of making lovely setups using the A4 format, so base plates that are in an A4 format. But they have, of course, since then further developed. So they still have A4 products, so base plates in A4, but they also, of course, have base plates using the A3 format and now also the A2 format. Now, one of the big advantages using bigger boards is of course that you will have no or lesser joints between plates when you are making your setup. Now, personally, this has never been something that has been bothering me that much. It's just been part of the concept. But of course, it is something that some people don't like. So using bigger boards reduces that quite significantly or removes it entirely. So what do we have here? We have the display runway 2 and we have the display airport ramp. So let me just very quickly open this up so we can see what there's actually inside. Now, I should mention that this is of course a new product line of A4Airport, which means they are constantly learning, and they are, as we also see with other products, always adapting, taking in the feedback and changing their products. So for example, packaging may still change, and of course in the future these kind of products could also see further changes if it is needed. Now let's see if we can open this up. This is packaged really nicely, I must say. There we go. And we have a lovely big A2. I think technically it is slightly underneath or beneath A2, but it needs to be cut and stuff like that. But it is as close as you can get to A2. So I think it is absolutely fair enough to call it an A2 board. So let me just discard of this. There we go. And we have a really, really vibrant and lovely A2 board with a runway with 4 entries. Really looks now. We've seen actually the very first of it at the Amsterdam fair, but having it here now, this is actually really nice. It is more vibrant than I remembered from the Amsterdam fair, so that's really nice. They have of course also worked on a lot of things regarding, for example, the print. Also the gluing of the grass, they actually told me, which is something I've never really had any issues with on their products, but they have further developed on it, so kudos for that. Lovely board. This is of course ideal for some runway action, and with 4 entries you have maximum flexibility on how you want to develop. Let's see, I mean, it is a quite big board, so it does wobble a bit, but on the other hand, when would you ever have it like this? It would of course always be placed on a table and then nothing moves. So perfect. Looks really lovely. Yeah, it's super vibrant. It's not too saturated, that's not the case, but it really pops. So that's really nice. So let's see what the second parcel here has to offer. Again, and this is okay, and this is another thing. So this is of course the airport ramp. For a runway, GSE wouldn't make much sense because you would not really see much going on the runway. But for the airport ramp, it's of course important that you do also get some GSE with it. And this is where A4Airport is also delivering. So you get this little, let's open it up. And you have, let's see, because I think this is also some place where they actually have added more than we have seen in the past. And yeah, this is really nice. A super nice sheet here, and we get plenty of GSE. You can see we have some stairs, we have some buses. What else do we have here? We have some light poles, so that works really well. We have some service vehicles, some small trucks. We even have a few cargo containers, so that's really cool. And what I also really like here is actually the fact we have different color codes. So for example, the buses are now here in yellow. Also the stairs are in yellow. With other sets we've seen it in other colors. So that's quite nice because it gives again more variety. You can make maybe a one setup where you only use this one color of GSE, and another setup with another one, kind of highlighting that they are in different airport scenarios or something like that. So that's really cool. So yeah, more GSE with all their sets, and this also includes for this A2 format apron position boards that we have, and you of course also want to take a very quick look at here in this video. This is a bit noisy, I apologize for that, but this is how it has to be when you open up these kind of things. Okay, so it's actually not that long ago that I actually reviewed one of the new apron setups, and there we of course had a few boards that needed to be put together. Now you get an A2 plate So one plate, no joints, and you get a lot of positions. We have, of course, both for wide bodies and we have for narrow bodies. And what I really like here with the setup is, again, the flexibility you have with these boards, because these apron positions can be used for multiple aircraft types. So you have, for example, here in that position where you can clearly fit in a wide body, but you could also add 2 narrow bodies instead. So that's really cool. Lovely product. Again, really, I mean, but I say this every time, but it is just true. The print quality is just excellent. Looks really, really lovely. I think maybe my memory is wrong here, but for me, it feels like the concrete tiles, the overall design here is going a bit darker than we have seen with some of the previous sets. It might be a misconception, but I don't mind it. It looks nice. So yeah, 2 new A2 products already available, an apron position and a runway. And there is, of course, more to come, because A4Airport is currently developing 2 airport setups where they're replicating real airports. The first 2 sets will feature Warsaw Airport, or a part of Warsaw Airport, that will be on 2 A2 plates, and also Hamburg Airport will be featured on 2 A2 plates. And that will take a part of Hamburg Airport where you actually have a bit of apron, a bit of taxiway, and it is around the area where the airport has its A380 gate. So you will also be able to display something like that if you like to. These products should be out very soon on their website. And of course, when you are on the website, there's also a full list of their retail partners, which can give you the opportunity, if you have one in your vicinity, to go there and take a look at the products yourself firsthand before buying. Now, another product that I would like to just briefly show you here is the new and reworked London City setup from A4Airport. This is something I will go into more depth in an upcoming review. If you watch this on release, it will be out on Wednesday. But yeah, they have done some lovely work with the setup. Again, also a set where you get more GSE, where they have worked on the prints to further improve the quality, and it gives you a really lovely little London City display at home. Or you can also get a full version of it, so you get a much longer setup here, inspired by London City. So as you can see, a bunch of reworked products from A4Airport. I always like to see companies further developing on their existing products, improving quality over time. And of course, A4Airport has also a bunch of new products already available and very shortly arriving. But what are your thoughts on these products? Would you like to see an in-depth review of the new GSE sets? Let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the London City setup? We will, of course, take a deep dive into that setup very shortly here on the channel as well. And even better, all these products you can right now also get at a 10% discount if you use the code BONGOPLANES when shopping on the A4Airport website. So don't miss out on that either. But for now, we have reached the end of this video. If you like this type of content, then be sure to leave a like. That really does help out the channel. And of course, if you are new around here, you're always welcome to hit subscribe. With that, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.